back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Stan. You're soaking in them.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy ExtrmWill, Extreme Tech. We're going to talk about Salad AI. Don't know if I necessarily have a whole lot to cover with Salad, but we'll see. Hopefully I can maybe make this video kind of short. We'll go through some of the different stuff. Right now, not really making a whole lot, but I did go back to using Chrome with the Chrome renaming tool, and you can get all kinds of extra like utility out of this now that I didn't see before. So we'll go through and try to cover some of this, some of the more practical stuff I'm using on it right now. We'll just take a look at stuff and kind of talk about it. So to try to keep kind of in line with how I've been doing all this, same kind of formula a little bit. Last 24 hours, made about $9. Wow, that's probably my worst day. I don't know if I've had a day that bad. Let's go like this. Let's go duplicate. Select all machines. In the last 30 days. No, I had a day that was worse. Yeah, this is where everything kind of went poopy. And I had a couple days, I guess, that were that bad before. That were really just... I guess they were still worse. This is on the comeuppance from like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, not necessarily as terrible, but yeah, I think the only things I have running right now, I have 8 machines running. So we'll take a look at all of them in Chrome Remote Desktop because we're in Chrome Remote Desktop. Not worried about it closing jobs I don't really have. I just had my 4090s and my 3090s running. But I'm basing that in here. You can see the demand next to the cards. So my 4070 says it's at 40% low, so I'm not going to waste my time with that. The 3090, if we look on this screen for demand, for some reason switching this over to the demand, this doesn't work yet. I don't know why it doesn't work yet. It'll be cool if they do add that in there eventually. But we'll see. But here just for the regular demand, 3090 Ti's are good, 4090s are good, 4080s are good, and 3090s. I normally say like these first couple right here in the low are probably still pretty good. I think in order to be in moderate, you've got to be, does it say on the bottom here? No, it doesn't have to give the actual percentage. I think in order for it to be in moderate, you have to have at least 70% for the demand. So the 3090, I believe, is at 60 something. If we come back here, see 3090s at 63%. So yeah, so I've got my 3090s on. I think 63% chance of catching a job is good enough for me. It's 40% for the 4070 is not. 4070 Ti's at 48% definitely is not. I lost power like 2 days ago. Not that one. If we come back to this one, I lost power right here. I did have some decent jobs, like my two 4070 Ti's. They were both doing like 15-cent jobs, so there were some decent jobs in there. Unfortunately, I lost power. They wound up having no demand for the 4070 Ti's anymore, so I lost those good jobs. And it is what it is. It's, you know, it's hurricane season here in Tampa. I'm gonna lose power a bunch of times. There's nothing really I can do about it, so it's gonna happen. But yeah, the lack of demand is definitely really, really, really bad, and the no jobs.
Come on, what do you want me to do?
I don't care. Yeah, get a job.
Oh, get a job?
Yeah.
Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into Jobland, where jobs grow on jobbies?
Now we're wasting time. Will you just get out of
You
here?
want me to walk? I'm walking.
Just walk.
So yeah, no jobs is done. But this, let's see, this one is on earnings. Let's come back to this one. This one here is on demand. So let's see here. 4090s are at 76%, so it's not too bad. It's moderate, so I believe 2 of my 4090s right now are active in a job. I don't think this one, oh, this one says it's active. This one's not active in a job. Yeah. So these can definitely be kind of useful. You got to play the same kind of trick, so you go back and forth and back and forth. I believe this looks like for me too, it's only working for my first 13 machine IDs that I have in there. This is my 14th machine ID that I have in here, and right now it's not working. It won't read this one under the renaming tool. This is another 3090. It's not adding in here. Doesn't necessarily matter as much on this demand screen because I'm seeing a lot of duplication. But if we come over here where we're on the earnings screen, let's go sale network monitoring and back, page 2, sale network monitoring and back. You can definitely see some really cool stuff with this. So on the first page, you can see I only have the one machine right now in a job. The 4090 is doing like 26 cents. That's $6.20 per day. So that's pretty decent. You get some really good analytics in here. Your last 24 hours is good. Your last 7 days is good. Your last 30 days is definitely really nice. This lifetime, you do have to throw a big giant asterisk down here. All of my lifetime stuff is all going to be all messed up because it's the lifetime for the machine ID. So if you reinstall Windows, then you start with a new machine ID. So you lose everything you've already earned. And then I don't know if I have any card right now that's been in the same machine the entire time. I am pretty sure I have swapped every card out of the machine it was in into a new machine. So all of my lifetime stuff, unfortunately, in here. This is the Chrome desktop with the Chrome renamer tool. I have a video on how to get it. Salad machine renamer. It's a video. If you go to my channel and you look up on the top, it should be in the pinned. There should be the one for the Firefox and for the Chrome. Firefox one I like because for all 30, it'll let me rename them and it'll tell me all the names. This Chrome one looks like it's capped at 13 right now. So we'll see though. He looks like he's definitely done a bunch to improve it and make it better. So hopefully it'll get to the point it can cover more than 13. But all this extra analytics though seems like it is really, really nice. But yeah, this lifetime numbers though, these are kind of janky for me. Because of the number of times I have reinstalled Windows and moved cards around. So none of these lifetime numbers are really right. This does look like, though, this is accurate, though, for the life of Salad, because it looks to me like my average is about 500-ish. So out of like 30 machines, I should average about 500 to get to my 1,300 or something like that. So some of them are more, and then I have a bunch of machine IDs that I'm not using anymore. So they're not all right. But if we go to the next page here, we're in the earnings. So we can see this one's on a stupid job. This one's on, yeah, you can see this is machine 14 technically out of my machine IDs. This is a 3090. So this one's not reading in here. It's a little annoying. I wish it was, just because I'm not running that many machines. But maybe when some of my other machines fall off from just not being used, maybe it'll work then. We'll see. But I don't know if it just, I know the Chrome Remote Desktop renaming tool did not like me having 3 pages before, so maybe if some of the machines fall off and I'm back down to just 2 pages of what's up and running, it'll like that a lot more. But yeah, the lifetime on this it's definitely probably more than $109. That seems weird. That seems really, really low. Is that a new one? Maybe that might be a newer machine. That might be why that one's. I know the 3090 wasn't in there before, but I'm trying to think of what was in that before. It's BCPC number 9. So I think there was like a 3080 in there. I thought the 3080 had made more than that, but yeah, who knows? That's where it is right now. So 4090. So this 4090 says it's made about $1,000, and this 4090 says it's made $1,200. Now I know I did not originally start the 4090s with these 20 core processors that they're on. These were originally on 8 cores, like D1 and D2. No, oh man, what was the other one? Maybe D4? Oh, I don't even know. The other one may not even be working anymore. Maybe a bad machine ID. Yeah, I don't even know. I do remember though. This isn't what the 4090s have been on the whole time I've been doing this though. They've been moved around. Everything's been shuffled. So the lifetime numbers are only semi-accurate. So I don't know exactly how long this is. If we take a look at this, it looks like they've been on those for less than a year so far. So how much they've done in the last 30 days, because the 4090s used to make way more under the old pay scale. So it is what it is. But definitely all these extra analytics are definitely really cool. We go to the last page then too to see here. This one's still on nothing really, but you can see just kind of what it is, what it's showing. So it does look like it does check the machine IDs. So that's cool. So let's see. I think I was here in earnings. Let's go select all last 7 days, pretty much see what's going on. Oh, so it looks like I pretty much just lost money pretty consistently. We were right up at $45 a week ago, probably when I did my last video. And $37, $29, $26, almost $26. Ugh, $7. Ugh. Ugh.
What do you want me to do?
I don't care. Yeah, get a job.
Oh, get a job?
Yeah.
Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into job land where jobs grow on jobbies?
Now we're wasting time. Will you just get out of
You
here?
want me to walk? I'm walking.
Just walk.
Yeah. Earnings on this right now look like they're kind of in the dump. My sports betting took a little bit of a rough turn. I did cash another $100 out, but it looks like I'm probably pretty much done with it. The Brewers look like they're at their 14-game win streak or whatever they had. Looks like that's over. So they're back to playing. I think they're playing above 500 baseball. They're probably playing like 600-700 baseball, but not quite enough for me to really be able to be betting and making more than really breaking even. So probably kind of done with that. It just seems like it's been too much work into it to keep breaking even every day. So yeah, $100 in. Actually, it was technically I'm $150 in. Cashed out $400, and then I have $150 still in 3 outstanding championship bets. So could potentially still win a lot more. It was definitely really good. When I see another little trend where it looks like it's really easy for me to take advantage of stuff, I'll be looking during football season and the rest of baseball season to see if I can find a spot, and during hockey season, if I can find spots where I think it looks like the bet looks a little bit more sure. Doesn't look like I'm gambling as much, and I'll get back into it. But I'm not liking this grinding out the betting, trying to stay at 500. Not really winning or losing. Like that's kind of pointless. So currently it's done. So it looks like I have to work for a living now because all my passive income is just gone. So that's that. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much everything I was going to cover with salad. No real idea yet what's coming for when all this stuff is going to get fixed or start getting better, when we're going to start seeing demand. I'd imagine pretty much any day now. It's kind of how I felt for a while, so we'll see. I don't think Salad's actually lost that big giant customer account they had. I think they're just trying to fix their programming so everything will work right. So hopefully, they'll come back online, and Salad will get some other customers back online, and it'll get back to working again. And until then, I'll just keep kind of shutting machines off. I do feel good though about the 4090s and the 3090s right now. So everything else in my huge arsenal is all turned off. Let's see, we already looked at demand, pretty much covered all that. Nothing really to cover there. I've got 9 machines here. Up and running, and then everything that's off. Oh my goodness, there is a lot of machines off. lots and lots and lots of machines off because they're just not profitable right now, so they're just all off. So let's come in here. This one looks like this has changed how much it was making. I wonder if this one was. I thought these were all at 25.9 on $6.20 per day. This is not. At 19 cents, this is doing about $4.75 per day right now. Boo. So let's see here. What am I running in these? These are it's X99 motherboard Intel Xeon 20 core chip. So you can see it as 20 cores, 40 threads. So you can see all 40 in there, 128 gigabytes of RAM, and RTX 4090. I've been leaving it on this screen because I've been doing, if it does, like, everything tends to get jammed up pretty well. So, like, if it says, if my WSL down here, if it's more than, like, 24 hours old, or if this says that it's downloading a job, but this looks like it's frozen from 6 hours ago, this says it's active in a job, and this looks like it's frozen from hours ago, then I come in here, salad bowl services, and I end the task. I don't want to end the task right now because this is active in the job, and I don't want to lose the job I'm in. But I've been just leaving it on this screen because it makes it easier for me while I'm running maintenance on stuff, trying to check everything out. So that's 4091. Let's go to 4092. This one right here, I can show you on this one. This one is currently looking for a job, so it doesn't have one. Same thing. All three of my 4090s are basically the same thing. The 20 core Xeon with 120 gigabytes of RAM. I did this because I thought Warthog was going to be better, and I thought I was going to be swapping back and forth, so I wanted to have like the biggest chip I could with the 4090s. So if I was going to go mine Warthog because that was going to make me more money, or mine Salad, that was kind of my thought, trying to, you know, future proof or put myself in a position where I could be more mobile to move around. Obviously didn't really move around too much. I mined a little bit of Warthog, but I think the vast majority of the Warthog I mined I wound up not even getting because of the ZegX, the whole ZegX thing. So yeah, I think I lost all my Warthog I mined anyway, so stupid cryptocurrency. But yeah, that's it. So let's see here. So processes. So what I would do if this was like jammed up right now, it says it was from 18 minutes ago was last time it saw it. It's not active in a job, so I don't really care. So what I would do is just come up here, end task, and then it'll reboot Salad. It'll come through. I just want to make sure it reconnects, and I do have it back on shopping. I don't have it on sitting idle. But normally you do this about like 2-3 minutes after doing this. This will update in 2 to 3 minutes. So it's back on shopping. It needs to cycle through this and make sure that the WSL and all that is currently active. So that goes through. And it'll happen here in a minute. But this will update here in a minute. I don't want to sit here and wait on it. Normally I just move on to the next screen and come back to it, but it'll update there it goes. It just updated to the current time, 3:19 a.m. for today. So that's kind of what I've been doing a lot if stuff gets jammed up or starts acting funny. So this is 4090, same thing. 120 gigabytes of RAM, 20 core processor, RTX 4090. I do think these 20 cores probably kind of dumb in the long run of things. I would have been better off sticking all of them with the 12 cores with the X99 boards, like Brandon Coin was selling at bc/pc.com. I'd have been better sticking with all those 12 cores. They're more energy efficient. I'm not gaining anything from these 20 cores. I'm just spending probably like an extra 50 watts per machine that I really don't need to be spending. So they're not making any more than they would if these were on the 12 cores. They have to have a much larger cooler. This is kind of more of a pain in the butt. I was trying to set everything up to be cooler and better, and it just kind of wound up being a waste of money and a waste of electricity. But that's that. So here we go, 3090. I believe all of these are all set up the same. I want to say. I believe these are all the 12-core Xeon processor on the X99 motherboard with 128 gigabytes of RAM, an RTX 3090. Technically, Machine 9 is a different one. That's an EVGA 3090, but these 4 are all the Gigabyte 4090s that I bought. So this is currently, just looking, not doing anything. This next one is currently doing a transcription job. Yay! I'm just wasting money. So if we go, 120 gigabytes of RAM, 12 cores. I do wonder though if any of these don't have 128. I think they all do, but I don't remember. This one's got 128 gigabytes of RAM. Also doing a stupid transcription job. Let's see, this one's not currently running a job at all. 128 gigabytes of RAM. So this last one, this is doing a good job. 22.64 cents. So this is doing $5.40 per day. So this is good. This is why I'm having the 3090s run. I think if they do pick up jobs right now, I think they are picking up like 20-cent per hour jobs. So they're picking up good jobs if they do get them. It's just kind of rare for them to get them. Let's see. Does this also have 128? Yeah, it also has 128. So because this is on an X99 motherboard, it has the EERC RAM. So it has like the really cheaper RAM that you can buy for them to put in the servers. The RAM is way cheaper. That's why it has 128 in it, just because the RAM is cheap. So if somebody does want to pay more for more RAM, they can pay more for more RAM. So that was my whole thought on all that. So that's that, and that, and that, and that. That's pretty much it for Salad. It's not doing all that great. I did say I was going to read comments from the last couple of videos. I'm just going to read comments from just the last video. So we'll do that. Just because I don't want to get completely out of doing that. Like, I like the conversations back and forth. I don't know how many of you guys like sit down then and go through and read the comments that other people post and my replies to other people's posts in there. Like, I don't know if anybody really cares like that. Like, I never look at comments on other people's videos, but I think there tends to be some really good stuff in there. Like, one of the benefits of having a smaller channel like this, I'm not making any money on this, so like, I do directly communicate with you guys through that. So I think there's some good stuff in there. So, Modern Mining Hub, man loves his baseball. Yes, I do. I love the baseball. Love the Brewers. So, I originally grew up, with really, really good Brewers team, bunch of Hall of Famers on it. And then, lived through the middle of my life with a terrible, terrible Brewers team that was not worth watching, but we would always go to the games and tailgate. And then as soon as I started drinking, I really started liking baseball. Like when I was like 18, 19, oh my goodness. Yeah, you just go drink in a parking lot. It's awesome. We didn't even care if we went into the game. We would just sit there and drink in the parking lot and eat. And, there are a bunch of games I probably never even went in that, we had tickets and just didn't even care. But baseball is a very relaxing game. I like baseball a lot. The Brewers have, in my lifetime, they've gone through several really good runs. They've had a lot of really good teams, a lot of really good players, and I love baseball. I don't really see a world where we don't have baseball. I think baseball is such an amazing sport. Like it's so hard and so difficult. Like I know it can make it kind of boring to like the average person, but like if you have a good team. And you can watch the average good team and hang out with your friends. Like, awesome time. Hot Dogs said, amazing outcome. Yeah, because I think I was doing on like 12 machines. I was making like $40 a day. So, yeah, that's awesome. Right now on 9 machines, I'm making $9 a day. Yeah, kind of. We'll see how it goes, though. I mean, if those 3090s all pick up jobs, I'll be making like way more too. So, because I think only 3 of my machines right now are active in a job. So the 4090 should be high enough where it should be able to. We just need to wait for one to come available and for it to be high enough in the queue. So the outcome could be good, but yeah, right now, like especially right now as I'm filming, I didn't realize it was going to be this bad when I sat down to do this. This is just my normal time. You know, my work week is done, and want to make sure I get it done now because I know the next couple days I'm going to be, you know, trying to do stuff with the wife and not thinking about this. So definitely was an amazing outcome. Stefan Ridgway, his 5060 Ti, still getting jobs, currently at 10. Let's see, can I take a look and see here? I don't know how to bring these numbers up currently, but I don't think it's too hard to do. I think next time someone does it, I'll have to pay attention to see how they did it. But I do have some numbers on here, not too old from that. Let's see, where is this? See more. So the last time I took a look at it, the 5060 Ti right now, or the last time I saw, so this is from 2 weeks ago, was at 15% utilization. So you can get a job on it, it's just not really likely. So, I mean, 15% is not very high. Like, I'm not running anything right now that is less than like 65%. So I want to say, I think the 3090s are 63, so maybe 63. Maybe everything under 60% utilization I'm running. So the 5060 Ti from the last numbers I had was only at 15% utilization. So like, not really, not into trying to run with that kind of a small margin. I think the amount it's likely to sit is going to wind up being too much for electric compared to what you're actually making. But I mean, if you're getting jobs, though, that's awesome and amazing, and I'm happy for you. But my 5060 Ti is just going to stay here in my PC for me to use while I check my email and double check all of this stuff. So that's what I got on that. YobaTube, it's in Russian, said something, excellent income, too bad sale doesn't work in Russia. My response to that, hopefully stupid war will be over soon and they'll be able to, I'm assuming that Russia's not allowed to be in it because they're not allowed to participate in the world because they're doing some stupid war, that the US does this kind of stuff all the time. But, you know, the US is allowed to do it, and nobody else is allowed to do it, so. You know, hopefully the stupid war is done soon. I'm not a big fan of war, so hopefully it's done and the world can get back to being, you know, better, you know. Yeah, war's dumb. So hopefully that'll end and then they can join all this misery of no jobs. So, Darnell, still dead except his 4070 Ti's. Yeah, I'm sure it's even worse now than it was before. Oh, the 4070 Ti Super, is that good? That's probably done pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, I think he has that. I think he has some 3090s too. So maybe they're doing all right, depending on how long they've been on there for. Hopefully you got some work. But yeah, it's definitely a little rough. Then I have two comments from two different Matts. Matty as, and it's low already, love the positivity. Keep spending your money, folks. I think he's talking about the 3090s. So at the time, the 3090s were at, it was up in moderate. I think the moderate is above 70%, and then when it dropped down below, it was at 66%. So my response is, you know, 3090s at 66% utilization, so it's not that terrible. Way better than it's been. And then he said, you know, I like this positivity. You know, 2 weeks ago, 3070s were fly. Now it's dead. You know, everything's kind of bouncing back and forth. Salad is too much inconsistent to be taken seriously. Your way to sing is correct. This is my new video game. It's kind of how I think about this. But a lot of people strongly think this is a good way to passive income. When if you look the data. It is not, I think is what he's trying to say. I've made a decent amount of passive income on this, and I think I still continue to make a decent amount of passive income. Right now, it's not making any passive income, so I just try paying less attention to it now. Like, normally I check it twice a day. I'm okay right now if I check it once a day and not really looking at it that hard, even if I do check it. You know, if a machine does get jammed up, my machine might be jammed up for like 2 days before I catch a machine's jammed up and I get back into everything, but you know, it is what it is. I still like salad. The next one, Matt IF 1IK asks if I've tried Octospace, and my response, no, it looks like it's too much work for the same money. Everything I have right now is optimized really for salad. So for me to go to another streaming or to another like AI rental service, I would probably have to rework, or I'd probably want to rework how I have everything set up. And right now the idea of reworking everything to go put it on another one just seems like a pain in the butt. It's not completely out of the question, because it looks like my 3060 Ti's and my 3060s, and if the 3070s don't come back, like I might be better off setting up like a 3-rig system, you know, with like 3 cards, in make one like a 3-card 3060 rig to rent, and a 3-card 3060 Ti rig to rent, and maybe like 2 3070 card rigs to rent kind of thing. But I don't know, like trying to do all the work and the research to set up another one just seems like it's a bunch of hassle. So it's, if you have everything set up right now where it's currently optimized to do one of the other systems, then it makes sense to do that, and you don't want to waste your time breaking everything down to get it all ready for salad. But because I have everything on salad right now, it just seems like it would be a lot of work with potentially no real payoff, as opposed to how much work I would have to do to try another one. Salad is just so easy. It's easier for me to just leave everything turned off right now, and then if salad picks back up, then turn everything back on. And, you know, recalculate everything out. So, but I've definitely been pretty interested in some of the stuff that Red Panda Mining's been showing. He's been doing a bunch of work with these things. I don't know how he's getting them. I'm assuming he's not buying them brand new, because brand new, these are like $2,000, and the high spec is $22,000. So I don't think he's buying them brand new. I tried looking on eBay. I haven't seen any of them on eBay yet. But he's buying these things and filling these things up, and then renting those out, which that seems like that's probably pretty cool if you could. This is Octominer on their page, octominer.com, Octo servers. So like they made some of these before. Like I don't know what the difference is between this and a normal server thing. I don't really know that much about server stuff. I tried learning as much as I can, but these seem like they might be a pretty easy way to go. I know that he's renting these out. These are what he has, so because everyone bought the ones for Flux that Flux wound up never using for their proof of real work. So I've been looking at these because I have the tab up and thinking about it, but I don't know. They're expensive. So, like, realistically, I would need to come into a bit of cash to really want to bother with one of these, but they seem like they're pretty nice, though. He's renting them. He's getting a decent amount of money for them, so that's kind of my thought. If I do go to another one, I would probably, instead of even using any of the systems I have right now, I'd rather just, you know, get a couple of these and fill them out. But at $2,000 a piece, like, you can't, this AI stuff isn't that profitable. So like you need to be able to find some of these Octo server cases like on the cheap. If I could get these for $500 a piece, I could totally justify it. And I could justify buying graphics cards to put in it if I could get these for $500 a piece. But they're not $500 a piece. They're like $2,000 a piece at the base spec. And I'm pretty sure the base spec won't do you any good. I'm pretty sure, I'd assume you pretty much need the high spec. Yeah, I mean, the base spec might work, but I would imagine for rental purposes, you probably do need the high spec. Because they're probably going to want the more RAM and the more storage. And then, like, $2,000 too. Like, this is old technology. Like, I don't know how long this thing even has to still be, like, active, you know, and working. So, I mean, it could be good still for, like, a year or 2 years before it's completely no bueno anymore. But, yeah, that's kind of my thought. So, yeah. That's what I got for all that. So, if you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I know it went real long, but I think we covered literally everything in the world that I could possibly cover. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.